Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, for our 30th Let's Play Warhammer 40k, a rogue trader, the Astra Militarum commander, but we are currently exploring our ship and talking to our comrades, as we haven't spoken to them in a while, and we've just done some good stuff, so... you seem to have a very strong reaction to what Argenta said by the broken lens.
It was just my nerves playing up. Something about our little saint doesn't sit right with me, and I trust my gut. Oh sure, she seems straight as an arrow and as predictable as a hangover after drinking. But when I look at her, something about her makes my brain itch. After that conversation, I tried to listen to what was being said about her. Beyond the door, what I heard was strange. Blood in her past, twilight in her present, and something like a star leading her. But where is it leading her? I saw several roads, and all of them frightened me.
Maybe we should warn Argenta.
Oh yeah, you go ahead and tell her the wicked Psyker has divined something about her. She'll be so pleased and grateful, and of course she'll listen to what you have to say. No, that would be pointless. And anyway, I'm not even sure what it all means. Maybe the danger is to her? Or maybe the danger's coming from her.
Adira's voice is full of animosity. You also detect concern, even a hint of pity and compassion. Well, have you got a new story for me, Adira?
You bet I do, Lord Captain.
She becomes more animated, much more animated, and her expression turns slightly dreamy as she recalls one of her stories.
Okay, so we went to Footfall once. Well, I mean, Lord Captain Theodora went to Footfall a lot. But on that occasion, she took me with her for some reason. My day had gotten off to a bad start. My head had been yammering since I woke up, but there was nothing else for it. I had to go. We arrived at the place. And what a place! All the gentlemen and ladies dressed to kill, showing off their encrusted implants, all clustered around little tables. Well, turned out it was a gaming den. And not just any gaming den, but one run by somebody with deep pockets for people with just as much cash to splash. You should have seen it. People gambling away planets in a game of regicide. Anyway, so the Lord Captain wanted me to help her beat some guy. So I tell her, the chips won't land in your favor. You'll get a bad hand. Don't sit down at that table, your ladyship. But did she listen? Of course she didn't. If there's one thing she never lacked, it's stubbornness. So they sat down and the cards were dealt. I'm hovering around like I'm not involved, but I'm keeping my eye on things. And everything in my head keeps getting louder and louder. Anyway, it's a good thing I realized in time that my mind wasn't going haywire over a losing hand, but something else. I made some excuse to drag the Lord Captain up from the table and took her away from that place. And a few minutes later, the room where we'd been... It turned out some wise guy had the same bright idea to bring a pet psyker along with him. One of those ones who just scuttle around in Footfall's underbelly. And the psyker just freaked out, I guess. After all the commotion, people went to see what happened in the room. And they'd all gone for each other's throats. Literally. With teeth. And I think they completely detached that asteroid from Footfall and pushed it off into open space so it would head off toward the local star.
Well then,
Of course. Always at your service. Whenever you need me.
well, Adira, it's always lovely to talk to you about your concerning views. Janice! Pleasure to see you, Lord Captain. How may I be of assistance? Oh, actually, I don't need to know any... Yeah, that's, you know, we're good. We're good. Get the fuck out of my way. So yeah, how are we asked this question? How are we doing on Dogmatic and that? So, we are slowly raising in Dogmatic as well. I'm trying to play the character as I think it would... I'm trying to basically pick every decision that makes sense instead of sticking too much to one for no reason, but, you know.
Lord Captain. Lord.
Apparently, Abelard's just a boring bastard and doesn't want to talk to us. Yes, there's two people. There's one other person we haven't spoken to, Cassia.
Greetings.
Oh, okay, then what about the valet?
Words cannot describe how boring the bridge is without our stimulating conversations.
Tell me about yourself, Cassia.
I am a part of House Orselio, an ancient dynasty of the Navis nobility. Since time immemorial, our family has served to advance knowledge, pushing at the boundaries of the dark unknown. The Starway Atlas contains 2,843 routes that chart the sectors of the Segmentum Obscurus and reach all the way from the Koronus Expanse to Holy Terra, and uniting the Imperium's thousands of worlds. House Orselio is bound by commercial pacts to houses Galeatis, Ortina, Drotus, and... There is a dark blue knot tightening on your neck, Lord Captain. I can see my reply is not satisfying your thirst for knowledge. What is it you desire to hear exactly?
Navigators identify so strongly with the house, it must be difficult for you not to be able to lean on your elders, but you have my word that I will look after you.
You will? That would be most appreciated, Lord Captain.
So you've never lived anywhere other than Urak 5?
Hardly. According to the chronicles of the house, I was born on one of the Orselio worlds. Oh, what was it? Please forgive me, Lord Captain. My childhood memories are too vague. Sometimes I dream about the colorful birds that built their nests in the garden, or the servants dressed in purple livery, or the blue fog that rolled over the lowlands behind the palace. But everything is covered in a rosy haze. Perhaps it is my imagination, not my memory, that is painting these pictures.
Tell me about your life on the station.
My stay on the station was wholly dedicated to preparing me for my future duty. Astromancy, astrography, numerology, the histories of my house and the Imperium, as well as other disciplines. For many years, dozens of instructors tirelessly prepared me for my destiny. And once a year, Great Regent Alronto would come to the station. He would entrust his beautiful vessel to my command, so that I could master the practical aspects of our art as well.
Did you have any friends? Someone you could turn to for a simple conversation, not a discussion of yet another lecture?
The Regent gave me a bird from a sunlit planet once. I tried to befriend it and make it sing, but for some reason, it refused, and died soon after. The instructors were too respectful of my duty to my house to waste precious time on idle chatter. Aside from them, there were only servants on the station, and you know they have their vocal cords removed, so they cannot break their vow of silence. And since the subject has been breached, Lord Captain, why do you not follow this honored tradition? Your decks are so garish. Apologies, I meant noisy. The rabble don't just chatter. Sometimes they shout and even sing. Why do you allow such a lack of restraint? Rogue traders are highborn, are they not?
I like the noise people make here. It fills a ship with life.
With life? Ugh, if only you could take my place and watch this kaleidoscope. Every voice is a flash of color. Every conversation a shimmering glow. Every argument is an unstoppable swirl of gaudy splotches.
Your third eye. Do you always conceal it?
The Navigator's open eye is baneful to whoever the warp's ruinous shine falls upon, and therefore it is the symbol of our power. We are the guiding stars of humanity, found worthy of an uncommon gift, and one of the duties that we bear is to guard our eye, even from wayward glances that may bear evil. Besides, I am aware that lesser servants of the Imperium may find our appearance repulsive. The navigator gene twists the features the rabble are used to seeing, and the magnificence of our role cannot be grasped by their feeble minds.
You do not look repulsive, Cassia.
Perhaps my appearance does not terrify you right now, but this will not always be so. The navigator gene is unstable. My body is going to change over time. And only the God Emperor knows exactly how.
In genuine terror, Cassia presses her fingers to her lips as if belatedly trying to stop the words from tumbling out. What does it feel like to guide a vessel through the warp?
It may be difficult to describe. You see, every navigator perceives the warp differently. My mentor, Great Regent Auronto, always described his travels through the Imperium as a journey through a vast wood with countless paths. And I, assisting him in the first voyages, futilely tried to follow his example. But the wood would not reveal itself to me. But everything changed when I found my own key to this mystery. You see, I've always brightened up my rare moments of leisure time by painting. You may recall there was a workshop in my chambers. As soon as I imagined the warp as a blank canvas, an indescribable feeling came over me. I moved the brush, going deeper and deeper into my own painting. Visions were hidden within the vibrant colors of my palette, and something inside me knew which should be brought out and which should be left behind. I woke up several days later, after the voyage was safely complete.
I noticed that your love of painting is reflected in your speech as well. You associate so many images with hues and colors.
The Emperor graced me with a gift. I can see inner life in addition to the mundane. You cannot know that a fruit has rotten from the inside until a blade slices it in two. I can see the rot from far away. It roils like swamp mud, oozing through the bright peel. Anger and boredom, sadness and joy. Everything that people shut away inside themselves is revealed to me like colors on the canvas of my world.
Why don't we talk about something else?
You will hear no objection from me, Lord Captain.
Tell me about House Orselio.
As the only voice of our family on this vessel, it is an honor. As long as your questions are courteous, I will answer every one of them.
Is the Orselio prophecy system named after your ancestor?
You are shrewd indeed. My ancestor charted that route while fleeing the enemies of humanity. They say the Emperor himself was his guide, because the warp expelled their vessel without a single loss. Unfortunately, the lips of those who relate this tale seep with disgusting green hubris. I think Colleen Orselio was simply a skilled navigator.
I take it House Orselio has a rich history.
Oh, yes. The navigators of the house came to the Koronus Expanse fairly recently, a mere 208 years ago. Before that, our ancestors expanded the borders of humankind's dominion for the glory of the Emperor, blazing trails to different corners of the galaxy.
Who rules the house?
Just as a rogue trader stands at the head of a protectorate, a Novator heads a navigator house. It is the Novator who decides where to look for alliances and which path their bloodline is destined to tread. As for our house, the transfer of power to a successor is currently underway. In the meantime, Great Regent Auronto Orselio is ensuring the stability of the house.
You lived in seclusion on a closed station until Felix committed his sabotage. Then you must be the Navitor's successor?
So says Regent Auronto. Nothing is decided yet. Some people in the house become enshrouded in rolling grey clouds at the thought of me becoming the Novator. But even more are bound with dull leaden chains. They think I am not ready for such a burden.
Well, with your permission, I'd like to talk about something else.
By all means.
What does your special sight reveal?
Sister Argenta shines like a guiding star, inspiring resolve in those around her, seemingly inexplicably. However, I see a dark and ugly fog billow behind her, contrasting sharply with her shining light. It burdens the Sister of Battle. It drags her down. Yet Argenta herself is hardly aware of it. Seneschal Viserion is among the few whose colors are a pleasure to look at. Whenever the Seneschal speaks, heavenly crystal clarity spreads around him. And whenever he is angered, dark blue clouds condense over him. And in his rare moments of joy, a pure gleam of sunset pink caresses the souls of those near him. Out of your entire retinue, Lord Captain, he is the only one I would trust with my life. The esteemed Magus Hanuman is shattered like a beautiful stained glass window into a mosaic of colors. His bright, beckoning hues are mixed together in complete disarray. I must confess, it perplexes me. Normally, scarlet and steel are all that fills the heart of a servant of the Omnissiah. Behind the cobalt steel of his thoughts, behind the cold, faded gray of his emotions, an ember, the color of amber, glows in Master Van Kalox's soul. So bright and warm, one is tempted to touch it. It is sad that the interrogator seeks to drown it with his own hands in the bottomless blue of duty. Sad indeed, but I can relate.
Cassiel looks into the distance, transfixed as though if you weren't standing right in front of her. If you aren't standing right in front of her. Then she snaps out of it and lowers her eyes.
Idira's emotions are like a maelstrom, bright, unbridled, enveloping her form like a wondrous kaleidoscope of colors. And as dangerous as a twisting warp storm. The riot of colors hides the truth from my eyes. What exactly is driving this woman? Is it her own will, or is it the Imperium, Lord Captain?
Well, this is where I must beg my
I have
leave.
enjoyed your company. Thank you for the conversation.
I think that's now everyone. Yep. You all good? Has the Vox Master got anything new for me to see? Oh, they do, yes. Have the Vox spirits brought you anything interesting lately? You may be interested to know that a group of officers was discussing a grim rumor of a lunch. Word has it that the apparition of Lord Captain Theodora has been sighted on board lately. Yes, you heard right. They say she is haunting the decks, dragging wayward crew members off into oblivion. This quiet has spread throughout the ship, as the anomaly has been reported in different sections, sometimes entire kilometers apart. The Vox Master leans closer to you. Master Henrik von Kalox expressed interest in our communication stations and VoxNets a short while ago, and the interrogator appears to be well versed in the matters of sacred technology, and it worries me. A man of his knowledge and in his line of work is capable of discreetly planting his own devices in our systems. We will be vigilant, Lord Captain, but you should be more careful as well. Well, I'm not going to ask why you look so strange, because that's just fucking rude, and I'm not a rude person. Let's go to the map and see what we're dealing with right now. We've spent the last part and a half dealing with communication. Okay, Lord Captain. Ravor's voice over the Vox sounds weary, rather than annoyed. I'm getting reports of several ships moving towards us. Judging by the fact that they're not responding to our hails and telemetry shows a trail of micro batteries, they're not here for chinwag. Ready to issue orders, prepare for a battle at your command. Where did they come from? Why haven't you noticed them before? The rubbish of the Furibunda system. And I'm not talking about those wrecks that are about to open fire. I mean the remains of meteorites, glass clouds, refuse from the shipyards. It all bunches together and the smaller ships hide behind it to harass ships as they emerge from the warp. Could this be the work of Konrad Voigtvier? The silence over the Vox lasts several seconds. It's possible. He could have hired some scum, or maybe just a pirate who saw the state of our ship and decided to push his luck. On my order, all stations get ready for void combat. Hey, it's our first void combat! Yeah! I've been looking forward to this actually quite a bit. Because I was pretty bad at Battlefleet Gothica, so...
Today we claim victory, or die trying.
Oh, it's a fucking turn-based combat. Okay, we should be fine. I'm not that bad at turn-based combat. So, you have engaged the enemy in space combat. Battles in space and on the surface of planets work quite differently from one another. In space combat, the battlefield is separated into 3 zones marked by varying degrees of brightness. Acceleration zone, mid-movement zone, end movement zone. Ships travel at high speeds, even during combat, which is why both your ships and those of your enemies must move a certain distance each round. You can only end your turn once your ship has traversed its minimum required distance upon entering and the end movement zone. Move your ship, click. Okay, so we have to move at least there, I assume. The Atonement of the Abyss. Your ship is equipped with an arsenal of weapons which differ in terms of range, fire, and offer a variety of ways to assault your opponent. The ship can attack with each of its weapons once per turn. Note these can be fired as ship moves attacking, does not end the ship's movement. Each of your ship's weapons has a separate attack. Action on the panel at the bottom of the ship. Okay. Select an attack on the panel at the bottom of the screen to attack an enemy, then click. Okay, so yeah, it's just pretty obvious. So we'll attack with a prow weapon. Oh, we're not close enough to attack with a prow. Wait.
Send our enemies to the void.
Oh, those are torpedoes. Oh, fuck off. I should have realized.
Bring doom to our enemies.
Okay. Some ships are protected by shields. Okay, that's fine. We'll figure this out. I've just realized I haven't put anyone else in ship positions because I didn't really think about it. That's my rear shields that are getting assailed. And my front shields. Torpedoes, just fuck off over there somewhere.
Unleash the power of our lance batteries.
Wait, do I not move? Am I just... Okay, I think I'm stuck. Shit. Yeah, I'm actually taking damage. They've got through my shields. Bastards. I may have done this a little bit wrong. Don't want to do that. What's this one? Torpedo control? No.
Unleash a barrage.
We can now use the Mars pattern batteries of the flank. Oh god, that's some damage right there. I want to try and take you out. Actually.
Rain destruction upon
Okay, they're
our
disengaged. Fuck it. I wish I could ram you, but... Okay, I've got an idea. Damn it, they moved away from where my torpedoes could go. Fuck you! Surprisingly, that fucking worked. I don't know how I did that. I'm very surprised we won that. Enemy attacks can be penetrate your shields and ship's hull. Damage remains. It must be repaired with the Voidship management to make repairs. Okay. So we need to go to the Voidship manager and actually assign some crew as well. So, where's the repair button? I'll repair. Hosts. So, you are Supreme Commander. You are the Shield Master. You're fine there. I'm actually better at that than you are. And Adira is much better there, but she's also the only warp channeler we have, so... I am okay with all of this. But I've just realized we don't... So if we put her there... Wait, no, wait. Do we not get ability? Ah, fuck it. We'll just leave it as that. There we go. Upgrade. Oh, we're not a high enough level. That's fine. Right, so let's... I want to go see what Drusus is... Actually, let's go check this dead world. Nothing there. No, we're not allowed there. Lord Captain, the station's airlock have been sealed from the inside. A Vox recording is stating that the priesthood of Altar Templar Calixus X-17 Sanctuary have no desire to communicate with the latery and are refusing to access great guests on the basis of the Adeptus Mechanicus privilege of inviolability, granting them sole jurisdiction over the sacred sites. That's fine. I didn't actually mean to go there. Lord Captain, we have reached the flagships of Drusus's blessing with a small escort dead ahead. They are requesting direct Vox channel, patching you through. The Vox channel clicks, and after a brief pause, a dry, low voice hails you. Greetings, Lord Captain. I'm honored to speak with the rogue trader of House von Valantius. May your name be known through the ages. Chartist, Captain Astius Forfast, bearer of the free charter of the merchant fleet. How may I be of service? What is your squadron doing here? We have developed a supply route for Chartist. You see, my ship is a representative of the merchant fleet in this part of the Imperium territory. Yet we do not have a fixed charter-defined trade route. Our mission is to establish business contracts with voidfarers in need of regular ship repairs and those who are interested in specific supplied goods. Well, I want to look at the catalog of components you have for purchase. So they like void Necron trophies. Well, they like trophies of shit I definitely do not have. Yeah, I don't have anything they want. But they do have some cool stuff. Okay, so we don't need to worry about that just yet. And you know what? Before we go to Footfall, I'm actually going to end this part here. So I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you guys did enjoy, please do follow me on YouTube. Leave a like, leave a comment, leave a share. Most importantly, guys, stay safe. Have a great day. Join the channel memberships if you're interested. And I'll see you guys in the next one where we finally enter Footfall. See you guys then.